was to fulfill their mutual dream of helping Main Street mom and pop investors with finding a way to receive outstanding annual returns normally only available for the wealthy and well-to-do savvy investors. Ladies and gentlemen, here to present Master Completely Passive, No Worry, Do What You Want lifestyle with our automated trading bot is Mr. Tim Welbaum and Adam Hartle of Hart-Wel Capital. Welcome to Traders Corner, gentlemen.
Hey, Anthony, thank you. Wow, that was quite the intro.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate that. Thank you for hosting today, and I thank everybody, all the investors that are listening today. We're very proud to be among your wonderful audience, and looking forward to getting started here. So, first of all, we are Hart-Wel Capital, and just like the slide says, this to us was about making money while you sleep. Okay, so that was important to us because we hear about so many of these passive opportunities that truly aren't too passive, and we wanted to claw back and free up our time, and that's what we were able to achieve with our automated and passive trading bots. So our main staple is the Profit Pilot, which we're going to talk about tonight, and then we actually just released our other one. We'll get into that too. So without further ado here, we'll get into talking about our disclaimer real quick, just so everybody's aware. I'm sure you've heard this before, but past performance is not indicative of future results. And just so everybody's aware, it is possible to achieve greatness and not be a financial advisor, believe it or not, and that is what you got with us. So we are not advertising that we're financial advisors. We're just two guys who happen to kick a lot of butt, have huge hobbies, and we have created something that the world is loving and they are wanting to see. So without further ado, here we go. So as far as the introduction went, you pretty much covered it. You know, Adam's done some really impressive things. He's the co-founder. He's got a beautiful family with 3 boys. He's a regular guy, except he's not, because he's got this background and this big brain that is all about financials and technical indicators and algorithms. And then there's me, as Anthony had stated, military guy, 2 decades worth of service, and I've just got a big heart for helping other people and trying to give a chance to the little guy. And that's what we wanted with this this whole idea of these automated and passive trading bots. So yeah, we've kind of covered Adam's bio and my bio. So those are, I guess, some pictures of our beautiful families there. And yeah, we're going to get started. So I want to start by asking everybody, what do most of us want? You know, I know some of us actually love what we do for work. Some of us, you know, we aren't too upset about having to do certain things every day. But I think the truth is, we all want to earn a substantial income in a truly passive way that doesn't require sacrificing our time away from those we want to be with, or it doesn't prevent us from doing the things we want to be doing. Okay, you know, we want that easy button for life, right? We want to be kicked back on the desk, and we want to know money is coming in. But the truth is, until recently, this kind of stuff didn't really exist without taking huge risk. So the good news is, well, actually, we're not talking good news yet. That's the next slide. But for right now, there are some things that end up hindering most of us from accomplishing that. Okay, so what's stopping us? For starters, most of us wish there were more than 24 hours in a day, right? You know, we've got our full-time job, we've got our hustle on the side, we've got our kids and our family and our commitment. There's just not enough time to take on trying to learn additional strategies or do additional research. And we would, honestly, probably rather than be doing that, we'd rather be maybe watching TV or going on vacation or something. So, you know, those full-time jobs, they get in our way, you know, working, like I said, that side hustle. Even traveling, if you're fortunate enough to go on vacation once or twice a year, that traveling does get in your way a little bit, okay? Other obligations that we have in life, they get in your way. You know, having to trade time for money. I mean, how many of us have heard that saying? Because that's how most people survive. We go through life trading our time for some type of money. You know, the other issue a lot of people have, and it gets in our way, is we got to spend time managing our finances because we truly don't trust anyone else to do it. There's so many either high charging individuals out there who claim to be, experts, or honestly, nowadays, there's so many scams that people are terrified to relinquish command of their money to let somebody else actually try to make money for them. Trying to learn too many new investment strategies, okay? This is kind of funny based off of what we're talking about today and all of the presenters like us, right? But the truth is, there's always this new shiny thing, and it does take time typically to learn how to do it. And lastly, like a lot of these items and strategies, you will end up being glued to your monitor, watching and waiting for the proper buy and sell signals. And those were all things that ate up our time, and I know those things are eating up your time. So as it turns out, we had the same desire as all of you. We were sick of having to trade time for money. Adam and I, we wanted to spend more time with our kids and our spouses. We didn't want to have to choose between spending endless hours learning new investment techniques versus saying, hey, babe, you know what? Why don't we go ahead, put everything aside? Let's sneak out on a date. Let's go away on a last minute vacation. I mean, those type of things, I think, are what most of us want to be doing. Tony Robbins, one of my favorite, leaders and mentors, he has this simple quote, and it resonates with me every time I hear it. If you change nothing, then nothing will change. It's so true. If you change nothing, that means every day you're going to continue to go through the rat race. Every day you're continuing to find that next strategy, to give it a few days, and if it doesn't work, go to the next one. We need something to change in our lives, or else we're going to be doing the same thing day after day. So this is what Adam and I did. We set this thing out like a military mission, right? We wanted to clearly outline our objectives, okay? That's probably my background there. So first of all, we wanted to create a truly passive income. Again, we didn't want this to be something where, we were telling people we were creating it, but they had to do all this work on the backside. It had to be truly passive. Number two, it had to be available to the Main Street investor. There are so many opportunities out there for the accredited investor. Now, what's an accredited investor? Kind of the down and dirty definition. Somebody with a net worth of over $1 million, not counting their primary residence, or somebody that as a couple is making $300,000 or more dollars. Basically the rich, right? We wanted to bring some type of passive income generator to the Main Street little guy, okay? We're talking probably middle class to maybe a little bit less than that, but probably middle class. Number three, it had to be so easy that our own parents, and I love my mother, she's in her 70s, I needed her to be able to use it, okay? My dad, my own brother, these guys, these are hardworking individuals who don't have time to be fussing around of trying to figure out how to become experienced or knowledge in certain, whether it be indicators or understanding how to use this bot. Nor would they actually need to have the experience or knowledge. It just needed to be that simple. And number four, we had to produce the type of returns that are afforded to those accredited investors. Okay, so just a special note here. As an accredited investor myself, I will tell you that I belong to a lot of different clubs and different sites and such that present opportunities to me all the time as an accredited investor. Those opportunities typically range from about 15 upwards of 25% annually for a rate of return. Now, the higher up they go, the risk obviously increases, correct? So I wanted to make sure that when Adam and I designed this, we could ensure that we were giving at least the type of yield that accredited investors get without these individuals having to be accredited. So yes, we knew this was going to be a tall order, but the good news is with Adam's drive and knowledge and expertise and my no-fail military attitude, we were up for the challenge, and we are proud to say we did just that. So get excited. You guys are going to love this. So it did take nearly 3 years of testing. We did spend, I hope my wife isn't listening, we did spend $150,000 on testing and failing and learning from our mistakes. Okay, you know, they say you fail your way to success, and there is a reason for it. Good people don't really become great until they have failed their way and learned their lessons. So we, if my wife's listening, we failed our way through $150,000, and we have learned from our mistakes to the point where we gained lots of pertinent experience. And that experience and all of that excitement did come with some ups and downs. We got crushed a couple of times. That 3 years was sometimes it led to some fights with our spouses. But here's what happened. We developed some incredible, amazing algorithms. These algorithms were something that we knew were great. But here's the thing with algorithms. I don't care who you are. You unfortunately could have the best algorithm in the world, but if you're not sitting at the screen watching those buy and sell indicators or signals, and you're not always right there to see when they cross and when it's time to buy and when it's time to sell, unfortunately that can be very costly. And although we had the most impressive algorithm that we had come across, and we knew this thing would perform, we kept getting bit by the, oh, hey, honey, could you take out the trash? Or, hey, honey, you know, can you go spend some time with the kids? Or, hey, the boss man doesn't want me playing on the computer all day. He wants me to actually be, you know, adding value. So unfortunately, families and full-time jobs and vacations and going to the restroom and you name it, those type of things get in our way of us trying to achieve the additional income we're looking for so we can live the lifestyle that we all dream of. So the good news is, then it happened. After all that effort and that money, the idea of creating a bot to watch our technical indicators, to execute our algorithm, was turned into a reality. Last year, we worked a deal with a programmer who's much smarter than us with all those zeros and ones and programming and what needed to be done. And he cut us a deal, and he said, you know what? You don't have to pay us this, you know, $250,000 to $500,000 like some of these bots cost. We're going to go ahead and we're going to create it for you. And all I ask is that you pay me on the back end. So we set up a pricing structure that allows us to actually pay him every time we sell or license a bot. Of course, he then gets paid. So that's built into the pricing structure. But the good news is, in fact, the great news is, after months of testing this bot on our demo accounts, we then realized we haven't been disappointed since we started. So there we were, August 1st, we said, you know what, we got a whole month ahead of us, let's take this thing live. So at that point, the Profit Pilot was born. So August 1st, last year, we took this thing live with $5,000. This was we were hoping after the 150K was all, you know, spent that, you know, we were going to have some success, and everything we had seen on the demo led us to believe we're going to go ahead and put a real actual $5,000 in this account and see what happens. Well, we quickly learned that this thing was built to impress. 2 weeks in, and the account was already up 2.5%. So we're like, okay, you know what? I told Adam, I was like, I know we talked about letting this 5,000 ride for months and months before we became, you know, confident enough to put some more money in, but well, 2 weeks in, and Tim decided I had to put 20,000 in. So we went up, we beefed it up. By the end of that month in August, the account had made over 5%. And that included the very first week of the bot doing everything on its own, but we call that the seasoning period. The very first week of taking on one of our bots, it has to fill up with positions because at the moment it starts, it has none. So your first week typically is going to be slower than everything moving forward. So knowing that, we still scored over 5% return on that month. So we continued to watch, and I promised Adam I wouldn't put any more money into it through September, and it went and it gained 7% in September. So we got 5% in August, 7% in September, and then I just couldn't help myself. I threw another 100,000 into it, and I was a little nervous, but man, was my confidence growing. And we nailed it in October. The bot did all the work. I did nothing but sit there and watch it. It went on to make 13% in October, just under 8% in November, and a whopping 10% in December to give us one heck of a Christmas present. Our favorite part of this entire thing is when we get to report that not a single day ended with loss. So every single day that we traded, not a single day at close of business did we sustain a loss. So I want you to think about that. How neat would it be? What could you accomplish if you had the type of precision trading with a bot that was doing all the work for you, and every single day those gains were able to compound and stack? All right, so I'm not saying that during that day there was not a loss, okay? The bot is programmed in a strategic way to understand exactly where it stands and to ensure that before it releases any type of loss, it has a gain to cover the loss and then some. So no matter what, by the end of every single day, we come out winners. So we actually went and allowed that thing to run through the end of December, 150 days without a single day of loss, and over 40% by the end of December in gains. We then had the confidence with all the back data, all of the demoing, and now 150 days of live action, we opened it up to the public. So in doing that, the last week of December, Adam and I chatted and we said, you know what? Although we love the idea of 7 to 13% monthly gains, we know that's amazing. We know it makes everybody's mouth drool. But the truth is, if we go back to the objectives we set out for our bot and for helping out those middle-class individuals who need the break, just like the accredited get, we set out to go ahead and to afford those same opportunity type returns that the rich get to our users. So did we need 7 to 13% a month when the average accredited investor is only getting 15 to 25% a year? No. So what we did was we said for our standard bot, the Profit Pilot, the standard settings on it will come pre-programmed with a little bit less risk. Okay, so we were able to take the risk down just a little bit more to make sure that we felt very, very confident, so much so that now we could bring in my mom, we could bring in my dad, my brother. These are people who don't have a lot of money to spare and wanted to get in on this. And I wanted to trust it in a way where I knew that my money, not only my money wouldn't be lost, but my parents, okay, my own family, they would be safe. All right, I've told so many people, look, if I lose money, it sucks and I don't like it, but if I lose your money, it's like, that would be the end of me. I do not ever want to be the type to lose somebody else's money for them. That might just be the military and giving big heart type person I am, but it drives me crazy to think about that. So we continued every month since we started August 1st, even with the minor tweak to the risk level, we have continued to top month after month the type of returns that accredited investors get. So just an FYI, if you are the type who likes to chase those 7 to 13% monthly returns, we can go ahead and give you those settings. I am not above letting you use them. I just want you to know it comes with a little bit more risk. What we are now targeting, if you look at that bottom paragraph, we have set it to a moderately conservative risk level, and it comes standardly programmed at a target of 3 to 4% monthly, which gives us a 36 to 48% annual return. And most impressive, it's passive. You don't have to learn a single thing. You guys are not my students. I was just talking to Adam about this. I am not a teacher. You are not a student. You are asking me to lease you a bot that has been programmed to go ahead and do the heavy hitting for you. It thinks and it does without emotion, and it crushes the market. I don't want you stressing. I mean, you could use this technically and then go learn all the other strategies out there, but this will do the work. So if you're the type who has to be learning all the time, unfortunately, this is not going to be for you, because it doesn't require you to actually learn anything about it. It just goes out there and kicks butt. So let's talk about what the original profit pilot is currently up to right now. So you can see right now, first of all, this is taken from a third party. Third party we use because we do trade Forex, which is foreign exchange, or also known as global currency around the world. We do trade things like the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, the Great Britain pound, the Japanese yen, the Swiss franc. It's basically a combination of all of those. And this was originally, if you look up top, the HWC, which is Hart-Wel Capital, 5K account. Unfortunately, when we posted this live and made it so everybody could check us out, which, by the way, next screen will give you the opportunity to see our results live. So if you have your cameras ready, you can actually take a picture and it will send you to our third party verifier called myfxbook.com, and you can see our live results every day for the profit pilot. So feel free to do that and get your cameras ready in a second, because although I'm showing you this, if you're like me, you're skeptical, so you want to see the live data. But before I get to that point, I do want to tell you, we've been trading now for 9 months, a little over 9 months. We are up in the top right there, 81.68%, with about 3 months left in our 12-month trading year since we started. You can see on the left the exact results I spoke about earlier, the 5% the first month, the 7%, the 13.5% in October, the 7.8%, and then of course the 10% in December. We made the minor tweak to the risk level to make sure that, again, people like my parents had nothing that they were gonna have to stay up late worrying about. It could be completely passive, and that's what they got. So here we are now averaging about a 4%, 3.5% to 4%. And you will see, other than February, where everybody's month will likely be short because there's 3 less days in February, you will see that we are somewhere between 3 to 4% monthly. And I'll be honest, most people are happy about this. You're gonna go ahead and you're probably gonna have months that end up exceeding the 3 to 4% benchmark that we set out to go ahead and achieve. And you can see that as of last night, May 2024, we are right now on track for about a 3.5% month. So we are right on track to stay between the 3 to 4%. So again, get your cameras ready. If you want to check it out, I would love for you to go ahead and see our third-party verified results. I'll give you guys about 10 or 15 seconds, and you can, obviously, most of you will have this as a recording as well, so you're welcome to come back here, but feel free again to take a picture and enjoy not only today, but continuing to watch our live results for yourself. All right, I'm gonna move on. Okay, so what are other people saying about us? I actually went to our, we have a messenger chat thread right now that we use for a lot of our users, and they have fun, they brag, they share their results. It's a lot of guys going back and forth. It's not that we're sexist, I just haven't had a woman sign up yet. So it's right now, it's a lot of dudes, and they're just all talking about their gains every day and what they're doing for it, and they share memes, and it's a good time, okay? It's a fun club to be a part of. But this is one of the things you get. You get to be a part of a basically club or chat that is able to talk about their successes. Hey, this is what we're doing. Or you don't watch it at all and it doesn't matter because it's completely passive. So I wanted to go ahead and share with everybody a couple of things that we've seen just over the last week or so from individuals in the chat. And this is just a screenshot of it. So from our community chat, this was funny. It was from our guy Levi back on the 12th. And it was 5:05 p.m. We are 5 minutes into the market opening on Sunday evening, because in Forex, the market opens on Sunday at 5 p.m. and it goes 24 hours a day, all the way until Friday at 5 p.m. So Sunday at 5 to Friday at 5, you are trading 24 hours a day of action. Or your bot is doing it for you. So 5 minutes in, and Levi's like, dude, within 5 minutes of open, I'm up $133. Pretty cool, but we see this kind of stuff all the time. This was actually yesterday. So my friend John Michael, or we call him JM, he posted this, and all the guys were going crazy over it. Hey, I'm up $2,755 on my Wealth Wizard account, which is our other new bot, and I'm up $801 on my Profit Pilot. He's also got the balances of those accounts, but JM had a pretty good day. He was up $3,500 and $3,556 in a single day, which came in at 540 right after the market closed. So he was doing pretty well yesterday. He was on cloud nine. Another one, this was Adam, my partner, and we like to share our results too with everybody. So he goes, hey, it's not a bad way to wake up today. $406, right? 7:30 in the morning. I actually responded with my account. It's like, look, I'm up 383. And then Levi, one of the active members in the group's like, look, I'm up 243. This is the kind of stuff that we see all the time, and it's users just having a good time because everybody's in a good mood when you're making money every day. So now here's some actual results from our broker. So I actually took snapshots of the brokerage account. We use OX Securities, but you guys can welcome to use whoever you want. So OX Securities, I wanted to show you a couple of different account sizes so you could kind of set the expectations. So this is actually my mother's account. She, like a lot of people, of course, even though she's my mother and I love her dearly, I think she was a little skeptical at first because, it's just mom. She's 70 years old. So she finally went in with $15,000, and that was only 3 weeks ago. So in 3 weeks, my mother's $15,000 account, with her literally knowing nothing, is up $467, which more importantly is a 3.11% return, which is averaging over 1% per week right now. And the left side will show you the chart as it's growing, and you'll see that there's no dip any day. And then the right side, I wanted you guys to see an actual breakdown on a $15,000 account, what the daily close and profit for that day included. So you can see, every single day we got profit, every single day. 22nd, we were still getting things going, but it posted there. But other than that, this thing, 3 weeks, $467. So now this is a $50,000 account. This is actually my father's account, which is why I have all the data. Dad started with 50,000. He's now only 11 weeks into this, and my dad's up 10.32%. You can see on the left side there, that's the 10.32, and he's made $5,159 in just 11 weeks. Okay, so he opened his account on February 26th of this year. Now his daily returns, just kind of giving you guys a, going through again to prove that this thing every single day closes with a positive. So far, 9 months of it, every day. You're looking at 25, 50, 60, 261. He's got a 345 there. It is crushing it, and he could not be happier. In fact, his poor financial advisor, he's now sent him 2 updates, and they have nothing to say. It's I almost feel bad, but yeah. So that was a 50K account. Now this one was a $155,000 account. Now this one was open. This is actually one of my personal ones. 155,000. I'm just a dumb grunt, right? Who does the sales on our team and likes to talk. But I will tell you that with my confidence in Adam and this bot, I know nothing, and yet look at this thing. It goes up every day. Look at that graph, and look at the fact that since November 14th on the right side, you'll see my first trade, and it should line up with the graph on the left side. You will see that I've made $60,000, $60,131, and I'm at 39.71% in only 6 months of trading since the 14th of November. And that included, after December 31st, me adjusting, or not me, the bot was adjusted to the moderate conservative settings, and I'm still returning that easily the 3 to 4% a month. So things are going very well. I continue to just absolutely love this thing and how fast it can grow money. Now this is our new bot. All 3 of the ones I just showed you were our more consistent and conservative bot called the Profit Pilot. It's the one, again, that I would advise. I don't advise, I'm not an advisor, but if I was going to talk to my mom and dad, that was the one, of course, I felt most safe with them putting their hard-earned dollars into. But for those who would like to try out the new bot, we've got about 5 of us right now in it, and they are absolutely loving it. But these are my thrill seekers, okay? this is my account. I just went live with my own first personal one. We got a business one too, but the personal one I just opened, and that was opened on April 15th. And you can see how quickly in that bottom left it is growing. And that seems a little weird until you look up to the top left and you see that it's up 30% and $6,007 in 31 days. Literally almost a percent a day. That's pretty crazy, but that is the power of the Wealth Wizard. Now, the right side, you will see kind of what does a day look like on a 20,000 day account with the Wealth Wizard. I've got some that actually could be negative. Now, we don't advertise or talk about the fact that the Wealth Wizard, which is the completely different bot than the Profit Pilot, the Wealth Wizard can have a negative day. But if you look at the negatives of $12.13 and $25, so we've had 2 negative days I'm looking at right now, because that one on the right, I think, because it's such short amount of history, it looks like it's a duplicate. But anyways, 2 small losses, and then if you look at the wins, the big days, 1473, 1126, 1435. We got many over 100. Obviously, so this has been well worth it. So, so again, that's the power of the Wealth Wizard on a smaller $20,000 account. Okay, so what kind of returns can be expected? So the Profit Pilot, again, that's our staple, that's our flagship, that's the one that put us on the map. The target monthly return, once again, is going to be 3 to 4%. Our target average annual return, we are shooting for 36 to 48%, with hopefully room to make you even happier. Okay, maybe we'll get a little icing on the cake. We have had 0 days of loss by the end of the day, no days of end it with loss since its inception, which as of today was 289 days ago. Our target audience for those who probably want to use the Profit Pilot are those looking for passive, stable, and consistent returns that still want to crush the stock market and feel like they could brag to all their accredited investor friends. Now, the minimum account size to get the Profit Pilot to work as designed, unfortunately, it is a little bit higher. We're working on this right now, trying to get it lower, but you have to have a minimum trading account value of $20,000 for the Profit Pilot to give you the type of returns you're looking for. Somebody might call me out and say, well, your mother's not using 20,000. I just want to give you a heads up. I made an exception for mom. It came with a little bit more risk, and she's not able to trade all 23 pairs of currency that we trade. Currency again being US dollar and Canadian dollar and such. So she can only trade 11 pairs of currency. Typically, it's not worth investing the initial investment to get your bot going for anything less than $20,000. So we tend to stick with 20,000 as the minimum account size. Now the Wealth Wizard, this is the last one I showed you on that $20,000 account. This is our new one that just released back in April. It's targeting an average monthly return of 8 to 10%. I know that sounds crazy, but you just saw that in my last month and a day, I'm up 30%. So 8 to 10 is what we're trying to deliver every month with the bot. It's this is hilarious, but it's targeting an average annual return of 96 to 120% a year. Target audience, okay, I'm trying to be real with everybody. This is the thrill seeker, the adrenaline junkie who loves a good rush. I know some of you are out there. I'm one of them. Sometimes we just gotta have fun, right? And we want to have a little bit of money on the side to play with. And that right there, this is the have fun account. It does come with some higher risk, but with the higher risk are definitely the high returns. And the minimum account size is going to be $10,000. So this one's got a lesser amount for minimum size. You can come in at 10,000. All right, so before we talk price, I want to go ahead and take you down this memory lane, okay? I want you to remember why passive income is so sexy. Why do we want passive income? It's because it comes with the power of time, the freedom of time. What does more time do for you? It buys you more time with your family, more vacations, more hobbies. Freedom of choice. You decide what sounds good for the day when you get up. All right, a sense of security and stability. I don't want you sweating the small stuff, all right, that other people think is huge. a leaky roof, or your water tank went out, or your car's got a flat tire, or you got to pay a deductible on your insurance. Don't sweat the small stuff. Have that sense of security and stability. You know, a steady stream of income allows you to go and enjoy an occasional splurge. All right, spoil the wife. Get her a little something extra on Mother's Day or her birthday. All right, flexibility. Imagine enjoying doing whatever you want for the day. These are the type of things and the power that passive income can achieve. All right, just having extra opportunities that average people don't receive daily. All right, the opportunity to jump on a last minute flight with some friends, or an opportunity to invest in, you know, some new thing that your friends are doing and you want to go ahead and see what the heck, let's do it because I got a few extra bucks. All right, financial independence and a vehicle to build wealth, all right, and maybe even generational wealth. So my question to you is, what kind of value is the above to you? So here's our pricing structure. Now the structure, there's a lot of different things you could do, but most people, they come in because they want to dip their toe. So we're going to talk about our tier 1 license. This is our lowest account. It's tier 1, and it comes and it's broke down like this. And this is for both bots, by the way. I don't care which one you buy. This is the pricing. So our one-time programming and install fee. This is us programming the risk level for you based off your what you would like, you know, risk to be. We go ahead and we hook up your virtual private server to it, and we go ahead and we hook it up to your account, and we make sure it is up and running with our white glove, hold your hand the entire way. Like I said, we also paid our programmer on the back end, right? So we owe him a license fee. Every bot we buy, that license fee goes straight to the programmer. So our initial tier 1 license is $997. And then we have a monthly maintenance, support, and community fee. This is, you're part of the community. If it needs any updates, you need any support, you got some questions, you might be considering some other things you want to do with it, you want to change the risk level. Those are the things that we want to be available to you for. That right there for tier 1 is $67 a month. Now we designed that monthly maintenance and support and community fee to basically be covered within the first half to a full day of trading. That was the goal with it, right? And then the rest of the month is yours. All right, although we don't take the money out of your account, we have no access to the account, so most people pay with a credit card. Total cost, we, you know, talking to Rory, we came up with, hey, you know what, we want to give the Traders Corner community a $1,000 discount. All right, you know, with anything that's worth investing in comes a price. All right, and you don't have to spend the $150,000 to learn it, and we have the data to back it up. So we are taking it down $1,000 to $4,061, get you started. Again, tier 1, if you're wondering what does tier 1 mean, it means you can put an account up to $49,999 in before you got to upgrade to tier 2. So at 50,000, anybody's account hitting 50,000 will have to upgrade to tier 2. We can talk all that offline for anybody who's interested in larger accounts, but most people, again, they come in at 20, 30, 40,000, dip their toe, and within a couple of weeks, they're already going to tier 2, tier 3. So for the sake of respecting everyone's time, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll talk offline for any larger accounts. Special incentive, we talked about the 1,000 off. We're giving right now all additional bots. If you wanted to buy maybe an extra bots for a spouse, you wanted to try out the other bot, the Wealth Wizard, you wanted to help out some grandkids, whatever you want to do, if you want additional bots, we're going to go ahead and we're taking it down to $997 installed. That's everything. We're going to pay the license fee out of that, and we're going to get you up and running for $997. And we just added this. Actually, my partner, he doesn't even know yet. I went and did this while I was editing the slides. We're doing a 30-day money-back guarantee, $4,061. You don't like it, 30 days, you get that money back from the day you go live. We're that confident. We haven't had a single person even try to get their money back because they love the gains. So we wanted to make sure, obviously we can't, you know, not that we've even seen a loss, but if something happened, we will give you your money back. However, just be advised, so far to date, not a single person has even tried. Check it out. So how do you get started? Well, number one, you're going to decide if this is for you. If you've got enough information, you're ready to go. The next slide is going to have a little QR code for you, and it's going to take you right to our website. You're going to click the button, get started. Number two, you're going to check out our Facebook page. Maybe you're not ready yet, but you want to follow in our Facebook page and see the additional results. So you're more than welcome. The next slide will have the Facebook page, and for the recording, you can go back and check that out. Or number three, you want to ask some questions. You want to talk about bigger accounts. Go ahead, schedule a call with us to discuss additional questions. Remember that special offer, it is good for 48 hours, that $1,000 Traders Corner discount for 48 hours. So let's make some money together. I want to get started. We've got 1,000K discount. I'm ready to go right now on the left side. We've got the join our Facebook page in the middle, and we've got the let's talk about it. Let's explore some additional, opportunities. Go ahead and you can book a call with our Calendly app and book an appointment. So those will be made available to you. Let me see what else here. Important links, get started. If you don't like QR codes, I wanted everybody to make sure that they also had our links to our actual website to take advantage, to already pre-program this specific website with $1,000 off. And we've got the Hart-Wel Capital Bot Society Facebook page. You can search for Bot Society there. And then of course our Calendly link. And that is it. I do appreciate everybody's time. I think we are about right at the 45-minute line. But seriously, when I say make money while you sleep, while you sit on the toilet, while you are on vacation, this bot is getting it done. So please appreciate your time. And yeah, while I've got 1 minute left, why not just go through some of these results again and just kind of remember, if you wanted to see those live results one more time, here they are. Take a picture of the QR code there. And again, we are at that 81%, and I wanted to leave you with closing out on our month-to-month third-party verified results. And with that, Anthony, I think we'll go ahead and hand it back over to you.
Thanks. Thank you so much. That looks incredible, Tim. Also, we'd like to thank you for your service. We do appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you so much.